And maybe a new platform for negotiations. Because we have the sewer, we have to go forward. We need an agreement, and maybe they can just review everything, and we can start the negotiation again.
Doug, I just want to move on with
Sure.
because I forgot to say this because I was trying to do it by thought. When the outside village rate that they were proposing, they do have some customers that are signed up on that. But those people that are signed up on it get full service. Full service. I just wanted to know that.
Doug, I just want to add
Sure.
just very quickly. But what hit me with this headline of the paper says, State backs town of Goshen and sewer bills back with the village. I want to make it perfectly clear that myself and the attorney and we went into negotiations not with an axe to grind, not to prove that we are right and you are wrong. They did their numbers, we did our numbers, and we presented them, I think, in a very professional fashion. And to me, that was important, that we were not out to hurt the village residents and say, ha, we're not paying. We all put everything in. I mean, just to make a fair deal, as Lou has said through every meeting, just one level playing field. I think that the puzzle is fair. Unfortunately, we're going to where we can go. And also, I want to thank people like Dan Mario, Jimmy Rignetta, No Doubt, J.D. Hills, many people who actually wrote to the controller to get this started. They said they were kind of hurt and outraged that that's how it all started. So the public, I want to thank them, and Lou and Dennis. Unfortunately, we haven't got to conclude we wanted to, but they did a great job, and we have no axe to grind with the Village of Goshen. We just have to help them.
Very good. Okay, George?
Everybody would feel like I'm up there with something. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, just two quick things. Follow up to what Phil said. It clearly states in the intermunicipal agreement that we have with the village that it will be arbitration, not litigation. Somehow or other, we don't seem to be able to get that through to the village. So I would hope that that wouldn't have to be, the time and expense would have to take place in order to find out what we already know. And then secondly of all, there's a corrective action plan that is supposed to be produced within 90 days by the village. I'll be very interested to see what they come up with as far as their corrective action and how they will address the matter in the audit. That's it.
Good. Thank you, George. I think on the whole board, we want to get this behind us, and we think we can work it out. It's not one of these things that we need to emotionalize. He said, she said, this, that, and all that, but just deal with the facts. Town board, we believe we've got a very strong case. We felt this all along, that we present and deal with in negotiations. And so we'll see where it comes out. Win, lose, or draw, we need to bring this to resolution. Okay, the next item is under finances. Would someone make a motion to authorize the supervisor to pay manual accounts payable rooms of 6/30/2010 amounting to $351,155.89 and accounts payable check run of July 8, 2010. So, well, I got a question here. They don't put the...
I'm not sure what the trick was now.
I think we
Do you have that with you, Priscilla?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The whole thing.
And accounts payable check run of July 8, 2010 for $123,573.10. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we're now open for privilege of the floor on anything that anybody would like to talk about.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
Come on.
We're about to
Yes.
Gary Weil.
Just in the sense of, we were talking about a sense of fairness, so it came to my attention as part of my job. As you guys know, I'm in tax reduction business, and came to my attention that a couple of my clients, despite having won reductions in 2008, and then in the 2 succeeding years that came after that, we've had further falling in the market, had their reductions overturned and put back to where they were before. I, for the life of me, can't understand how that happens.
You're talking about the grievance board?
No, this was done by the assessor's office.
Oh, okay.
The assessor, she does report to this board, right? Or
She is an independent, she's like a judge. She's appointed for 6 or 7 years, 6 years, independent. We have no influence or say-so in her business, just like we wouldn't with a judge.
I just think it bears mention and notice that people who have go through the systems of trying to get their assessment correct on their home and go through the maze that it's required in order to be heard, and made it all the way to the final stage and actually got reductions to their home assessment, have had their assessment that was reduced overturned in a falling market. And I think that bears somebody looking into how something like that can occur.
I mean, yeah, again, I don't know the specific instances, but I would ask Mr. Lau, did you speak with the assessor?
No, I have not had a chance to at this point. I do have a couple of those cases back up in front of her again, by the way they were turned down. House was adjusted, put up for reassessment and raised during a falling housing market, and then turned down by the Board of Assessment Review. I often wonder whether the Board of Assessment Review even looks at the assessments.
You know, what I suggest is that you talk to the assessor. She's the person who's in charge and understands all it. She had to have a rationale that she followed. I haven't got none of us would be privy to that, shouldn't be privy to that. And that's the system. The system is that you talk to her, we have a grievance board, they look at all the particulars.
Done.
Well, that
was all done.
And now, I would go back to her and ask for an explanation, but you know what?
It's madness, isn't it? I mean,
no, it's not madness.
Somebody's been reduced in a falling housing market that you can put the assessment back up again.
We don't know the circumstances. We don't. So to say, Dennis?
Yeah, no, very true.
I'm asking you just to look into it because I think it was more than one.
We can't look into it by law. That's what I'm saying. She's appointed for 6 years. It's like trying to tell a judge, we want you to look at that ticket again and adjudicate it because of whatever it is.
So, I'm trying to understand, she reports to no one?
She is appointed.
But by who?
By this board.
By you guys.
But she's hired. When she's hired, that's it. She wasn't going to tell us something that's otherwise.
The steps are clear cut. They go to the assessor for reduction, they go to the grievance board. If that is not
In
satisfied.
fairness, again, I don't know the specific factual circumstances. But
Well, I'll be happy to go through one.
If I may finish,
Yeah.
I would suggest to Mr. Weil, by all means, do speak to the assessor.
Absolutely.
I know they're open with all the information, it's public record. I assume there must be some rationale as described for any change, be it up or down. And in regards to the comment about the assessment board review, I know for a fact that, as the board does, each year, they not only get training, but they spend what I would consider to be an inordinate amount of time on the particular scars. So I gotta believe they would be familiar with, reviewed, and intelligently made a decision. I just can't respond to the facts. You have to check it with.
All right, I was under the impression that the board at least took a look at.
Oh, we're aware, and we have supervisory capacity, in terms of.
We administratively, manage that office just like we do the courts, the justice court. We provide people, training, funds, etc.
I wouldn't even bring this up if two homeowners, voters, asked me to ask the question, how is it possible in a falling housing market
Well,
that
I was
that an assessment could be raised that had been lowered by court order.
Under the circumstances, if there were improvements.
No improvements.
We don't.
No improvements.
That's why you have to pursue a fact. I'd be interested intellectually, because I'm sure the board